There we go.
Hey,
Okay.
everybody. Welcome to Promethean Dental Systems. I'm Dr. MJ. This is Donna Armstrong. We've got some students calling in from LMU, and we're here today to talk about the pre-admissions program we have going on at LMU, which is Lincoln Memorial University in Knoxville, Tennessee. First, I'm going to tell you that I am in the middle of Seattle Harbor, so it's a little bit more relaxed than I usually am, but I am telling you, it is beautiful. It is a gorgeous day here, and I hope it is beautiful wherever you are. So first off, I want to talk a little bit with Donna Armstrong about the pre-admissions program and how this all got started. Donna, can you give us a little background on the program and what the students have been doing this week?
Absolutely. So, we've always believed that it would be important or beneficial for a pre-admissions or a pre-dental student or even pre-hygiene to get a little bit of taste of what dental school or hygiene school is all about, how to prepare for it. We heard over and over again that they could use some extra help with application processes, interview preps. So we designed a boot camp that not only gives those types of that type of assistance, but also some courses that these students will see once they are in these programs. So the boot camp is 4 full days of courses, application and interview prep, and psychomotor training. Some of the courses include dental terminology, karyology, infection control, career options, anatomy is another one. And the program is a combination of dividing the students, the group, in half, and half is in classroom learning for part of the day, and the other half is in rotation segments. And the reason why we did this is because we are rotating the students through the Semidont dental trainer. So they're doing some hand skill training and assessment on the Semidont. This enables a student to experience what it looks and feels like to actually prep teeth, and we think it's very, very cool, and we always hope that everyone else does as well. So overall, this camp provides a short but very content-rich way of getting a small sampling of dental school experience.
Awesome. That sounds amazing. And kids, I can't wait to talk to you about it because I am really, really excited about it. Dentistry, I've been in dental education for about 8 years. And, one of the things that I notice is that we do, from time to time, find students that make it into the clinic and they actually don't have the eye-hand coordination that they really need in order to perform at the highest level. So one of the things that I think is critically important is having some kind of a pre-admissions program so that you can test your hand skills, because why would you go and spend $500,000 or $600,000 on a dental school education only to find out that you really can't practice? And so, that's an expensive education. It's an expensive endeavor to only find out that you get to the end and you're really not going to be able to pursue the dream that you always had and become a dentist, or a hygienist. So I think it's so much better for us to be able to assess that ahead of time. And in addition to the DATs, I think a hand skill test or a hand skill evaluation, much like we have been able to develop in the Semidont, is a great way to go about that. So, Paul, I'm going to go to you first, and then I'm going to go to the ladies here with Dr. Jerry Cooper, and we'll talk a little bit about what your experience has been like in the simulator. But, Paul, tell us a little bit about you and where you are in your education and your studies.
So I'm currently rising junior at Lincoln Memorial University. I'm studying pre-med biology, and I'm working on getting accepted into dental school, hopefully LMU's dental school, and be on my way to becoming a dentist.
That is so exciting. Good for you. So you already go to school here, and I am pretty excited that LMU is going to do an admissions process that includes the pre-dental program, because quite honestly, I just think it is going to set all of you guys apart as being really ahead of the curve on so many things. What are you studying again? You're studying biology and pre-medicine?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and so what did you think about the courses that you have taken this past week? Have they met your expectations? Have they been a little bit challenging, we hope?
I would say that the courses this week have exceeded my expectations. They've definitely been a little bit challenging. I've learned a lot about just the general anatomy and just the ethics of dentistry, just really all aspects of it, not just about teeth, also about equipment, about how to treat your patients, about really just the entire career, not just the science of it.
Excellent, excellent. And so you, before we started the program, you mentioned the food. So tell us a little bit about the food,
Well,
because that's always what it comes down to. With students, it's always about the food, right, guys?
Yeah. Hey, with faculty too.
There you go, Jerry. Very good.
The food has been amazing this week. We've had a lot of great sponsors that have, got us food. We got some Chick-fil-A. Our dinners have been amazing. They've taken us to all the nicest restaurants in Knoxville and around the area, some beautiful places. And, of course, it's all paid for, so we love that. So it's just been great.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to move to the ladies and Dr. Jerry Cooper, who is one of the founding doctors of Promethean Dental Systems. And before I do that, I just want to remind the audience, if you have any questions about the pre-admissions program that we are running, please put it in the chat. Donna is monitoring the chat for us, and we would be happy to answer any questions after we're all finished. So ladies, tell us a little bit about your experience this week. And Dr. Cooper, tell us a little bit about what it's been like to be a faculty member there.
Well, first of all, let me just jump in real quick. It's been great. I mean, I've kind of got to know them. It's been amazing to me because I've been on the admissions committee. This is totally different. The admissions committee, you just kind of get a little snippet. I mean, I'm getting to know them. Maybe I know some of them too well, but no,
that's good though.
Great. It's been great, and I've certainly enjoyed it. I'm going to put Monica on here first. I'm going to swap the phone around.
Okie doke.
And Lexi.
Hi, Monica.
And Lexi, okay.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
All right, I'm doing okay. I can't be better than a blue sky and on the water. So tell us a little bit about your experience this week. What's been your favorite part?
My favorite part this week has probably been the Simodont, which I'm going to show you guys. And Lydia.
Hi, Lydia.
Hi. So the Simodont lets you practice your hand skills. Before this, I've never used a handpiece or anything like that. So it's been really neat to go through this simulation and get a feel for it. And it tracks your progress and grades you. So that's been pretty awesome.
So let me just ask you a really tough question, because, when you first use it, it probably felt weird and odd and all of that. How long did it take you to kind of get an idea of what you were doing and feel a little bit more comfortable with it?
Probably after the first day.
Excellent.
It's definitely weird at first, but I think by the second day, I felt a lot more comfortable.
Excellent. Excellent. And who do you have there with you, Monica?
This is Lexi. Hi.
Hi, Lexi. How are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So tell me a little bit about your experience. What has been your favorite part?
So the Simodont has also been my favorite part. It's almost like playing a video game. Like you just want to play it all the time. You want to get your score before, and it's just been fun.
Excellent. Excellent. So can you give me any feedback though on the classes, how the class has been? Have you guys learned a lot? Is it something that you found useful?
Yes, we have learned a whole lot in the classes. They've actually have been a little bit difficult at some points. They have.
Good.
But
I want to challenge you guys a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of information. I'm only going into my sophomore year of undergrad, so I really have no dental background at this point. So I've learned a lot about dentistry from that.
Okay, so let me ask you a specific question. Does that mean that you now feel more confident that you are definitely going to pursue a career in dentistry?
Yes, for sure.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so let's turn it over to Lydia so that she can show the audience a little bit what it's like to work on a Simodont. Hi, Lydia.
Hi.
Okay, so can you explain as you're going through this process exactly what you're doing so that people can see and you just put your glasses on. So those are 3D glasses, everyone. And those 3D glasses allow her to look into that screen that you're going to see. And then she actually sees a 3D video of a prep. And we're going to show you the video on the screen of what she's doing. Well, we're going to try anyway.
How we doing, MJ? Can you see?
There you go. Stay right there. Perfect.
All right, so I'm getting ready to put my foot on the pedal, and the magnet is allowing it to feel like a drill, and then I just begin going into the shape and hoping I don't poke a hole in it.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
So do I.
So very cool. Lydia, can you tell me what it's like for you to look in that screen and work with the mirror? Has it been difficult for you to learn how to do that?
So it has definitely, it's been difficult to figure out how to use the mirror. I would say my confidence has definitely grown over this week, just using it all the time. I feel a lot more confident in my hand skills, but as far as the mirror goes, I'm still working on the mirror.
Well, it takes a long time for our minds to readjust to that. So I will tell you that it's not an easy task to learn. But what I will say is if you learn it from the beginning, what does happen is that it becomes very easy for you to access and work from anywhere in the patient's mouth. And if you don't learn this skill, it really develops severe ergonomic problems for you as you mature. So, you know, unfortunately, using a mannequin and looking inside and around the mouth like that on a patient really can contribute, you know, to poor health at the end of your life or at the end of your career. So just something to consider. I'm thrilled that you guys are learning this skill early, and this is actually kind of forcing you to do that. So tell us a little bit about what you went through on the Simidon. Did you go through the blocks and then actually work on the tooth?
So throughout this week, we've worked on all of the blocks. It starts out with just a simple line. It goes to a cross and then a circle, and then you're introduced to the very terrifying mirror. And we've got to work on that every day. And then today we were introduced to a real tooth, and that was super fun. So
I bet. Now, what was it like? Did you use the Explorer to check for decay?
We used the Explorer. Somebody
we all did, yeah.
Everybody, yeah.
So we got to use different burrs, and then we used the Explorer to kind of poke around and feel. And the feeling, all of the tools have just exceeded my expectations of how it would feel. I mean, it is a very realistic feeling of what you're doing.
Excellent. Now, do you guys have mannequins there too? Mannequin heads with typodonts in them? Dr. Cooper?
No, they don't have the typodonts here.
They don't. Okay. All right. So the clinic hasn't been set up yet. It's still too early. Excellent. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with everyone. Donna, do we have any questions from the audience?
We do not have any questions. So,
Okay.
you know.
Any last words of wisdom from anybody?
It's super fun. I think everyone should do it that's considering dentistry.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, I would also like to add that I would say for anyone who is pre-dental, absolutely, I would, especially LMU specifically, because I don't know how the other ones are set up, but this has been amazing. I really do believe this is confirmed for me that I want to be a dentist, and I just think this has been a great experience, and I'm very thankful for being allowed to be here.
Excellent.
That's wonderful.
One thing that Dean Cook pointed out to me was, though, you don't necessarily have to come to LMU Dental School to come to this boot camp.
Right.
She wants
Right.
this to be for anybody who's interested. She thinks there's enough value in it that she wants to help everybody that's thinking about a dental education to come and sample it and see what they're getting into.
Exactly. And, I think that was the best piece of advice that my mom had given me when I was very young. I was 14 years old. And she said, before you decide on a career in dentistry, don't you think you ought to go learn something about it? Which is why I became the kid after school that went into a dental office, into an orthodontic office, and worked for my entire high school career. And that was when I solidified in my mind. I knew exactly what I wanted to do because I learned about it. And I think this is a great way, if you have not had the experience of working in a practice like I did, which is not easy to do anymore because you have to get licensed and all of those criteria. There's a lot of criteria in order to do that now. But I think it's a great way to make sure that you're making the right decision on the career that you're going to spend the rest of your life doing. So great feedback, Dr. Cooper. Thank you so much for that. Now, LMU is expecting to open their school by August 15th of 2022. So if you're applying for the 22 season, I'd encourage you to take a look at LMU because it's definitely on my roadmap now of great schools to keep an eye on because they're doing some amazing things. And I think the technology that they're planning on putting into that school is just going to make a huge difference in your dental school education. So anybody that's in the pre-admissions process right now, please take a look at LMU. And then last but not least, we do have another pre-admissions boot camp coming up. Donna, can you share the date on that for me?
Yeah, we did put August 16th out there as another possible date. However,
Excellent.
we do realize that a lot of students are back in their undergrad. So we're really looking to a December 13th. And that way, people who are out, when they're out on break for the holiday break, we think that that would be a great time for students to grab that option. Another thing I wanted to mention too is that the courses that these students have access to in the boot camp, when they come to the boot camp, they do continue to have access to those courses for an entire year. Mm-hmm. So they can log back in because we do use online learning. They can log back in and access all of those courses for an entire year. Not only the Promethean Dental System courses, but also the Modal 3D access for the dental anatomy and terminology and the 3D models, which is really, really cool. I think the students have really enjoyed that as well.
Actually, that is a great point, Donna. Thank you so much for reminding me. I'd forgotten that you guys were working on Modal 3D. If you haven't seen that company, students, I know all of you at the pre-admissions bootcamp have seen it, but for the audience out there, if you have not seen Modal 3D, you got to go take a look at it. It is a wonderful way for you to learn about dental anatomy before you even go to dental school. And quite honestly, it's a great way to prepare your mind and learn little bits about a subject so that you can get into dental school and just, fly right away and be prepared. So great thing to take a look at. We do have one question in the chat, and it says, what advantage do students have when they apply to dental school by doing this pre-admissions? Well, number one, the biggest thing I think is it's a competitive advantage to know that you have the hand skills. We are going to be preparing a document for all the students that attend the pre-admissions bootcamp on what they accomplished and the grading, because everything is graded via AI, and it's a great way to know that you do have the hand skills, and you can present that to your with your application as more just more significant contributions to what you've done in order to prepare to go to dental school. So congratulations. Anybody else want to give your feedback as to what might be the competitive advantage for you individually? Okay, don't be quiet, students, because I know you're not quiet in a classroom.
I'll say that I think the advantage of being able to get on the machines, get experience and practice with them, especially when they're so foreign to anyone who's never done them before, it's going to help me greatly with the pre admission exams that you have to take for any dental school, not just LMU. I think it's going to be very beneficial.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, I wasn't getting seasick because I'm on a boat. I'm getting seasick because you guys are moving so much. But this is perfect, Jerry. Now I can see your head. I can see
Yeah.
all of your heads
We
instead
only
of
saw this
from the
before.
neck down. So I know it was really hard because you got a brand new camera there. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you for giving us your experiences over at LMU. We cannot wait to see what you guys do with your career, because we're going to track you guys and make sure that you get where you want to go. So congratulations to all of you. Please pass on those congratulations to everybody that's in your class, and we can't wait to see you when you get to school. Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all. Thank you so much.